Howdy, all you delicious people. Today we're here to do more films. We're here to do more films, do another episode of Movie Director Simulator. If anything, we're first off gonna be able to buy some equipment. We can improve our scripts. Congratulations on the new upgrade. Good. But evidently that's the only thing we could have done. So contract. Let's get a contract rolling. I honestly want to do. Horror today. Horror today. If there is. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Okay, so 18 plus horror. 18 plus horror. Let's leave that up for the thumbnail. Alright. Script quality. And then music will be 6, because it seems like most important thing in our life is script quality. Education exams coming in 1 week, so that means next week. So yellow, green, orange, purple, yellow, green, purple, green, off color blue. uh all right, we gotta do that all over again that I just did, so that way we can keep rolling in the dough. You know what I mean, folks. You know what I said, folks. You know what I read, folks. Come on. It's a crazy, mixed up place where anything can happen. Alright, write the script. Let's write a female. This is a horror thing. Name. Nashlin. Mashlin. Huggle. Jiggle? Nashlin Jiggle? Nashlin Juggle. Nashlin, no. Nashlin. Fredericks. Nashlin Fredericks. Yes. Nashlin Fredericks. Character has been chosen. You have started writing a script. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna really have to just butcher. I think I'm gonna have to butcher the scripts now. I think I'm really gonna have to, like, go ham on those scripts. The first film that gained $1 billion is got to be Avatar or Titanic. The film Troy is about ancient Japan, ancient Rome. I think it's Greece. That is correct. Who played the legendary Zorro? Well, besides and Ligo Ventoria, or Antonio Banderas, Paul Radin, Denny Landella, I have no clue, so lucky guess, which was wrong. Who played the main role of Evita? Who the heck are these questions? In which year the Titanic film event took place? Well, if you're talking about which year the Titanic movie took place, it was when I was still alive, which is none of, or which was when I was alive, so, or I'm still alive, but, 1925? I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that film. Cut me a break. Cut me a break of that Kit Kat bar. Alright. Go through and pick. Go through and pick. Go through and do the thing that annoys some friend named Dick. Do. Of course, it's on my cam now. It's on my cam. It's on my face cam. Okay. When a girl named Ashlyn Fredericks gets a board for spiritualization sessions, spiritualistic sessions, she and her friend decide to summon the spirit of their deceased father to ask him the contents of the safe. No, we're not. We're not going to do this. I don't really want to do script quality good. Ashlyn Fredericks, after experiencing the tragedy in her early childhood that caused the death of her brother, is engaged in the study of sleep paralysis. Paralysis. God, I cannot read. Um, Trying to find out the possible relationship of the phenomenon under investigation to the event of the past, having received the diploma of the Doctor Sinologist. Oh God. Just too many big words for me to try and digest and try to even frickin' read. Ashlyn Fredericks, a psychologist who starts a medical practice, goes to an intermission in a clinic in an awful state. Okay, a psychiatrist who is kind of on the edge. A dilapidates half abandoned building is for many years populated by ghosts, which have repeatedly caused deaths of patients. Okay, I'm interested in the psychiatric thing, but I'm not interested at all in a ghost movie. Um, a psychiatrist who starts a medical practice goes to an internship and a clinic in an awful state. All right, we're gonna have to gut this because at the end of the day, I want the therapist thing, but at the end of the day, um, there's got to be something on the edge here. There's got to be we've got to pretty much butcher this whole thing, because yeah, there's something here, but it's not good enough yet. Ashlyn Fredericks, a psychologist who starts a medical practice. Um, Taking on patients with uh, vast fetishes, um, uh, night terrors, etc. Um, Vast fetishes, night terrors, and etc. Just kind of like the kitchen sink of just very odd clients. Um, Taking on patients with vast fetishes, night terrors, etc. Um, as she starts each session, her clients seem to make her more uncomfortable working with them. She had been in awkward situations before, but each patient seems to get worse by the session. Ultimately, to the point where she cannot help them. Maybe I might have to do like kind of like some kind of is this her patient's fault or is the good doctor or is the doctor is the doctor God, what being you know how a doctor has weight like a psychologist um I might have to even change this to psychologists um psychologist um after a while when a psychologist kind of starts really like every like patient just seems to just be like weighing on the psychologist, like it just seems to be like eventually more and more like with this person holding in all this knowledge or whatever, like internally is she really breaking, is internally is it her time to maybe call it quits, um because at the end of the day, like there has to be eventually like a psychiatrist or psychotherapist or whatever, um, a psychologist or whatever. At the end of the day, they have to hear all these dirty, dark, deep stories, and at the end of the day, um, does that stick to them? Do they carry that forever? Is it is it something that over time you start to get some kind of buildup to the point to where there's a breaking point to where every time maybe you get one patient that has this um, you get one patient that is this goes to extreme patient and he went after you and tried to follow you home and stalked you and everything like that. That's kind of where I'm coming from, is just like you have one extreme patient and then like this girl moves to a different town. She thinks that she's going to get a reset, and then every time that she starts seeing patients, all of a sudden like everything seems to be amping up strangely, as if like her mind is playing tricks on her to where every single one of her patients is almost to almost to close to being an extreme measure to where like the doctor can't handle it. She passes it off different doctors and she's like, I don't know if I can help you. And then maybe she kind of really kind of double checks certain patients and with certain doctors, and she's like, well, hey, is she doing okay with you? Like, if anything, maybe like maybe you could help her where I just couldn't. And she's, yeah, like the issues with her, it wasn't as bad as whatever. Like I don't know why you couldn't treat her and help her. It's like, I don't know, maybe I just took on too much work. And then, like, but every time it's starting to become that now. Like, the therapist is getting to a point where she is basically, through every patient, living in fear, like, going into every patient's appointment is just like one horrifying experience. And maybe she is in her mind not seeing the correct things, not hearing the correct things, not really taking in what is really going on. And she is like she is just um drudging up that one extreme experience that she's had with a patient prior. So, like, that's all. I don't think I want to write that all out, but without a doubt, I think, yeah, that's what I'm kind of going with here. Um, is the doctor overwhelmed? Whoops. Overwhelmed with work. But yeah, I just want to put that out there just so that way people can understand where my frame of mind is going into. Or I can really just say a therapist instead of a psychologist or whatever. It might just be a common word. Therapist. Yeah, therapist seems to be a more common word than psychologist. So I just want to put a common word in there so that way people can definitely understand. So yeah, I like that story because they had to completely come up with it out of scratch. So yeah, of course the main character has to be female. Um, and I know a lot of people. There was one time where I did 5 or 10 or 6 or whatever made up films, and and I did come up with this movie called Thera Pissed, but if anything, that was completely different than what I just mentioned here. Yeah, it's vastly very different. I don't think it really matters who the secondary character is because probably there's going to be a lot of secondary characters because they're all going to be her patients. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter who the secondary character is. You have a birthday. You have turned 33 now. You accepted congratulations all day. Well, yeah, awesome. Can I not work on my birthday? Uh, I can put a movie together. I just don't want to. I just don't want to do. I can't wait till I move on to the next thing of this. I just was never good at this one. I just was never that really that good. All right. Cause it's just really annoying. It's just really just I never really and I got to do it again. so that way I can keep. Oh no, I hit some. I hit one of them by mistake. I guess I could also like skip a day, but well, it's what I did. Accidentally, I hit that. So movie title. Usually with therapists, usually they have appointments. Um, and usually they call it like my 10 a.m. or my 3:05 or something like that. I'm kind of interested in maybe going that route. Um, um, but I don't know. I'm also just trying to think of something that could be to like because that title seems very vague. Um, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to really go in depth and figure out like a therapy kind of title. Because at the end of the day, you have to make it clear that it's like a therapy movie. And then you also have to put something in the title that's kind of like gripping, that is just like, yeah, so, um, uh, self help, self help, self help. I guess that kind of does. Again, that is kind of vague, but that does kind of convey like therapy, and you could also probably put that as. But if anything, that's nobody actually legitimately helping you. That's probably you choosing to do something yourself. Um, uh, the um, I guess, and also therapy, they always have like a couch there for you to sit down. Um, the the session, the session. I just like that just popped back in there because everybody has like sessions. Um, that might also be very vague, but um, the uh, the God, the session, um, ag- the aggression session. Why do I have to have words that always rhyme all the time? Um, cause I don't know. It's just I guess that's just me. Um, uh, the everybody the the ticks. Everybody has some kind of tick. They have some kind of God. What is the um phobia? Phobia, a fear of something. The phobia session, the fear session, fear session, the stress session. Stress session, because, yeah, stress session. Yeah, the stression. The stression? The stression. That's not even a word. Stress session. The stress session. I just, God, that just doesn't really. Because it's like it's stress because at the end of the day it's like it's trying to relieve stress of a patient, but at the end of the day the doctor is getting stressed um to an extreme measure to try and deal with this patient, and she cannot deal with it because of the issues in her past. Man, if only I had a picture of a couch. uh what if she had a pipe? Oh, what if she did like no, that sounds kind of dumb. It wouldn't make sense. Stress session. Boo. Oh, in a bizarre way, that could kind of work. Because you're using words, therapy. It's a stress session, and they're really trying to get to your like why you um what is the main trigger to get you to that point of you doing said thing that you consistently do? What is your like is it fear that triggers it? Is it what triggers it? Um so I might have to come back to that. Huh. Stress session. God, that just seems so bland. That just seems so bland. Ah, come on. What'll work for me? Not really. Clown. Put that clown upside down. Come on. Ooh. Top secret. Like, really, if I erase the word top and then just left the word secret, like, then people would just be like, oh, someone has a secret. Somebody doesn't wanna. Hmm. And then stress session. And then secret. People might understand. Yeah, people might understand what that means. I don't want to have top secret on there. That seems like a spy novel or something like that because that's not what I want. Um, yeah, but it's stress session. Stress session. uh, whoa. Let's pause here. Well, I guess it's a good thing I can quickly pause things. Cause yeah, whoops. Cause yeah, that was some dating app. I'm like, I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with what we're doing here. Except for I don't know if there's gonna be a movie where I'm gonna be talking about dating, then I'll tie in a dating app. Maybe I should do something like that. Tie in something like with social media. I think that's what I'm gonna do probably in the next thing that I do. I'm gonna try and tie in some kind of social media. Okay, your film called Stress Test is ready. Let's see what we get. Well, whatever. We weren't gonna get like a bajillion good times overnight. Quality is 24. The characters are plain. Well, it's a therapy movie. A waste of time. Is the montage on vacation? Yeah, because I hate doing those. Try making something better next time. Oh, I'm sure I will with a bigger budget. I'm sure 501 people and I completed the mini task. Okay. Um something with social media. Something with social media. So this has to fit in with social media. I don't want to do comedy, I don't want to do adventure. I think that might work for drama. Yeah, I think that might either work for drama or probably even better for thriller. Yeah, it might work better for thriller. Come on. Give me something good. Oh, come on. So I'm really going off the beaten path, and I'm really just going, like, I'm really just going and I'm really just doing something vastly different. I'm taking all these things, and now I'm just really changing them, and I'm really like sculpting a movie that I want done instead of just going with what's provided. Cartoon 18 plus. I don't know if I want to do something with social media with adventure. Ooh. 6 plus though. I don't want to do that. Adventure might be good with maybe an older audience. Come on. Give me adventure. Come on, give it to me. Whoops. 18. God, why do they have such low ratings as if it really matters? But drama 16 plus, quality's 10. I think I can work with that. Yeah, I can work with that. Yeah, drama 16 plus. Okay. Drama 16 plus, and it's going to be a movie about social media, so I think that might work. In my wheelhouse. So drama. All right. I've probably done drama. I think I even did drama on like the last episode, but oh well. And then I just put absolutely nothing for the script. Yeah, let's make a movie. All right, skip to the next day. Your equipment is not functional. You have to spend $5,800 to repair it. Oh my gravy. Well, hopefully I can make a film. Hopefully I can make a film. Okay, write a script. Let's have it be a male this time. Um, Mark. I'm probably gonna fuse some social media names together, but I don't know. I don't know much about who owns what things. So let's go with Mark Jobs. Our Mark Gates. Mark Gates. Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. Mark Gates. It sounds like I'm saying Mark the Gates. um, Mark. Uh, Markin. Markin Gates. Markin Gates. Sounds like I have to say it like that. Markin Gates. Markin Gates, everybody. We're Markin Gates. All right. Now, orange, yellow, yellow, green, blue, blue. Come on. Yeah. Finding colors in the world. God, just No. All right. When do I have to take the next test? Oh, the exam's starting. Oh, good. Good thing I checked. Who is the producer of the film Jaws? Alfred Hitchcock, afraid not. It's either George Lucas or Steven Spielberg. I think Spielberg was the director. Oh, okay. How many Oscars nominations did Titanic get? I don't know. 12? Jeez. Who has more Oscars? Um, Clint Eastwood, Woody Allen. Woody Allen? I don't know. The producer Alfred Hitchcock was filmed in his own films 38 times. I don't know. The most famous dog in the movie world is, well, Lassie, of course. It's got to be Lassie. Yeah. My performance is reduced by 8%. Congratulations, you managed to finish your education at the filming school university. Great, great, awesome. So now I can do a different job then. Great. Thank Gravy Boats. But with that, oh, you need to work a soundtrack for the film. Ah, I remember that one. I guess I should do it because I gotta do a job. Green, green, green. Okay. So I just gotta remember green, green, green. Green, green, green. Whoops. Whoops. Correct. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Green, green, green. Green, whoops, green. Green. Correct. Alright. Pink, purple, green. Pink, purple, green. Pink, purple, green. I know that sounds weird, but that's the only way I can remember this. Okay, pink, purple, green. I don't remember the shape of the last thing. Was it green, purple? Yeah, okay. Green, green, pink. Green, green, pink. All right. So, green, green, pink. That was easy. All right, and $36. Now I can improve my stuff quicker. Sound, lighting, decorations, the rainbow connections. Come on. Let's do something with the lighting because I think people maybe will complain about that less. Oh, I finished every single school. Oh wow, I didn't think I finished every single school. Wow, that was quicker I think than the first time I ever did this. All right. The protagonist, Markin Gates, works in an advertising agency in New York. Perfect. Not so long ago, a tragedy occurs in his personal life that plunges him into a severe depression. Um, his colleagues are trying to help and are developing an unconventional plan to turn a friend back to solid soil, but the plan works in an unexpected way for the colleagues. Okay, so instead of severe depression, um, okay, Markin Gates works in an advertising agency in New York. Not so long ago, a tragedy. Let's just say Mark lost his job. That is the tragedy in his personal life that plunged him 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 being fired from his job. Oops, his plunged his job plunged him into his social medias, social media, ziz, social medias is, his social media, um, what could be an interesting social media name? Because I don't want to use an actual legitimate one like Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Um, uh, what could be a social media name? I don't know. I guess it really doesn't matter. Um, the protagonist Mark Gates works in a advertising agency in New York. Not so long ago, him being fired from uh fired fired him fired from fired from his job plunged him in, into a social media depression. I didn't want to use that word, but I guess we're forcibly gonna have to. um Deep in the rabbit hole he went. uh Deep in the rabbit hole. Let's just erase all this garbage. Because I don't want anybody to help him. I just want him to just. Deep in the rabbit hole, he went. Which doesn't make sense to really much of anybody, but I'm going to put it in there. Uh, Social media depression. Where he wanted to uh where he wanted to be or wanted to get back at his company, um his girlfriend that after the news quickly dumped his girlfriend, his because at the end of the day, once he lost this job, just everything just fell apart. It's kind of like the movie, the Bill Murray movie from a long time ago called Stripes, where Bill Murray was just kind of just ugh for every day, and then he just kind of he just gave up on his job. His girlfriend gave up on him, and then he just kind of just sat around and just what am I gonna do? Eventually, in that movie, he did see the army and saw it as just well, I guess that's a guaranteed job, and if anything, I can make something of myself doing that. But in this movie, it's gonna be a little bit different because this guy is just kind of he's supposed to be this advertising agent, and it's just kind of he's really seen the very much dark side of being an advertiser. He's really just kind of really been pushed to extreme measures to the point where just in one just session he just broke. He just finally just broke, and he's just God, can I just like advertise this in just one simple way? Because it's just like, well, yeah, like we want this commercial to like it's gotta sell some sex, but it also has to be like family friendly, and it also has to appeal to the neighbor next door, and it also has to appeal to. And then he just freaking just snaps, and he's just like, God, how about I just make this thing for the for the homeless person? How about the Amish person? How about I make this commercial appealing to the guy in the bathroom that is JOing right now? Like God, like do I have to reach every single person on the planet with this one commercial? Like God, like there's no way that I could eventually make this commercial perfect if I have to appeal to an audience of I don't know, like with this product that does not make sense to appeal to a wide audience. This audience um has a key audience of this age to this age, nothing beyond that, and you're asking me to appeal to the widest audience possible. I cannot do that for every single product, and that's what the company is stressing on him to the point where he's just like fuck it. It's just, and so they just like they let him go because it's just like, well, I'm sorry, you just couldn't appeal to a mass audience. I guess we just have to let you go. And he's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? So he just like takes stuff, just walks off, and he's just like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. And then he just, if anything, he really kind of is just scrolling for jobs, scrolling for work, and then he just like goes on his social media and then just starts reading people's tweets, starts reading people's posts, starts reading people's stuff, and like that is when the wheels just start churning. How can this person through a social media, like how could he make money off of like if anything he ends up just befriending every single person on on the platform, and if anybody goes and says like, hey, like I don't know if I trust you or whatever, like he talks to him and he's just like, here's the thing, like um I'm here to just make friends. I've been so lonely. I've just been da 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 da. And at the end of the day, everyone chimed in, everyone subscribed, everyone, and it's all just like his just real hope of being like I basically want to come into everything and just own it. Yeah, I won't physically like I won't physically have the actual companies itself, but I'll know everybody. And I think that is what the thing is here. Is just this person had gone through so much desperation that he wanted to make a massive, crazy chainmail of connections to ultimately like if you guys have probably seen the movie People You May Know, it's almost a little tiny bit like that, but if anything, this guy was really different because he kind of photoshopped his way into doing things. It honestly got to a point where this guy just makes money off of being this know-it-all social media person, to where he knows everything about every single person, and um, and at the end of the day, um, this guy basically becomes this guy basically becomes like social media. Like he basically is social media, and like basically he knows every YouTuber, he knows every Facebook person, he knows every like. But the only problem is not a one of these people actually, and all actually realistically become his friends. Like the apartment that he works in, he has a girl there that yeah, just kind of started this whole thing off, where um, this guy consistently sees this girl uh, like doing laundry, and he can't really talk to her because he's not that kind of guy. So if anything, he just really adds her on all of his social medias. Very clever, right? But and then at the end of the day, this girl just kind of approaches. So yeah, this guy basically loses. So he wants to get. So he wants to become. Uh, Inevitably. Eventually, I guess. Eventually. Why am I not having autocorrect? Eventually, I probably spelt that wrong. Sure. Eventually, um, he becomes social media, and he knows everyone, and eventually, okay, I did spell that correctly. Um, uh, like he basically becomes social media. He knows everyone, and eventually, everyone gets a buzz about knowing him. But has no friends until. So it's kind of like a downer story to where this person, out of pure desperation, just becomes social media and just knows everything about everyone. If you were to just, like, say, put him on TMZ, like, he could talk about anyone, about anything, about anywhere. The only problem is with that is just the fact that he ends up even when he goes on, he ends up getting on TMZ, a bunch of things, and just talks about everything with everything everywhere. At the end of the day, he still just doesn't have any legitimate friends. Like, still, like, he knows everything about everything. Like, people know who he is, but that doesn't mean that he's this, like, guy sitting in a mansion, and like throws parties all the time. Yeah, there might be times when um really at the end of the day this guy does go and connect with people at random parties and what have you, and like, oh yeah, like how do I know you? It's like, oh yeah, I got a invite to your party off of Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, that's great or whatever. It's like, well, who is this person? I don't really know. And it's just kind of like through the randomness, through the ether or something, it ends up getting back to this girl that he doesn't even realize is um like, let's go with um that this guy completely doesn't really realize that a girl um, on a social media that he connects to is in his apartment, and like, because her Facebook is kind of fabricated so that way she can get certain kind of jobs, and it ends up going and finding out that she ends up seeing this guy and realizes like, oh my god, this is the most popular guy in ether. But if you look at him, like he just doesn't like he's just an insomniac. There's nothing there. So yeah, a lot of explanation to just try to get all this story out. Has no friends until a apartment girl recognizes him. Recognizes him. I know that's a lot of work to get a story out there, but um I know I'm putting in too much work for this, but at the end of the day, I want there to be a real legitimate me thinking through a real movie and really giving you kind of my overall analysis. And yeah. All right. Whew. All right. So now I can't really buy anything, but I can get a decent amount of money. Pink, green, purple. Pink, green, purple. Pink, green, purple. All right. Purple, purple, pink. Purple, purple, pink. Come on. Purple. All right. Pink, green, pink. Come on. Pink, green, pink. Whoops. All right. Good. Purple, green, green. Purple, green, green. Purple, green, green. All right. Yeah. It's very hard on that last one. All right. So, whoops. Again, we can get some more equipment things if the price is right. Well, we can do some lighting. We can do that. Yeah. Buying a new program for montages. Maybe we can finally get rid of that thing where everybody's picking on the montages every day, all the time. Alright, so let's move on to the next day. I think I just want to do the production. I'll just skip. Let's pause here. Alright. Let's do that. It's not doing it. Movie title. I am really kind of stupidly thinking about calling this Markin Media. Not so social media. Social question mark media. um I don't want to use social media in the title. Um uh the mark connection. The marker. Oh, the marker. Ooh. That might like really it also has the name of the person, but like marker uh, uh like that does sound kind of dumb. It sounds kind of silly. Uh if anything, maybe in the next video, you guys can throw down titles down below, and maybe I'll see titles of a movie that doesn't actually exist. Kind of throw it down below and see if I could work it in the next episodes. Again, if you guys want to see certain genres of movies being put out, then without a doubt, I'll work it into the next video. But anyways, uh, link, link, link. Ba, 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 ba. I want to make it to where it's something about like a connection. Um, uh, maybe when you go on YouTube and you want to like get away from your actual username, you go incognito. I don't know. I don't think that'll work because people will probably think that that's like a spy movie or something. Um, because it's a way of not being seen. Socially incognito. um, network. Uh, social network. I think that movie's been taken. Um, Mark book. God, God. Every movie is sounding silly and dumb. Let's try to think of a social media name that I could do that or social the movie title name that would work for social medias. It'll work for a person that is not quite so social outside his bubble. Um, I'm drawing a blank. I'm drawing a blank. Um, real world nobody. uh, social nobody. Social um, network nobody. Network nobody. Oh, there we go. Network nobody. Because he's networked with so many things, but at the end of the day, he's nobody. He's absolutely nobody to no one. But at the end of the day, like he's always at the tip of everyone's tongue to just be like, yeah, hey, you guys see what Markin did? Do you see what he did? Like, man, what an interesting thing. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, how is this person doing these things? Like, I guess he's just trying in the perfect ways, finding a niche market that he can bring to some kind of social media that just always 100% just explodes. So it's just kind of like, if anything, he's bringing to the table every single thing that everyone wants and everybody's interested in. And like he's just consistently just turning it around and turning it around and turning it around to where yeah, like he has just hit the social media jackpot every single time. And but at the end of the day, he's still a nobody. Yeah, I think that is, yeah, that is the perfect, if anything, that probably that you could say that's me in a lot of ways. Like network nobody is just like, yeah, I've made so many connections, but at the end of the day, like I'm still nobody to no one at the end of the day. So, anyways, I didn't mean that to end up sounding like me. It's just, I guess, the weave that we've woven into. Anyways, is that a green or a yellow? Somebody let me know if that's actually a green or a yellow. Is that, I can't tell if that's green or a yellow or not. Is it like a yellowish green? That's a new color. I might have to go with a blue though, considering we're going with like a computer-esque kind of thing. And I think we might have to be forced. Ooh. That kind of looks like an astronaut, but it also looks like somebody who is an actual. That might. That might act in a different kind of way than how somebody is wanted on like in the old fashioned things. You would have somebody who like there might be somebody who might get notoriety from um like being in jail. But if this person like fabricates that they were in jail, like, hey guys, here's my mugshot, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh hey, maybe that one picture gets him some kind of representation and gets him further along into like when you look at it, like Johnny Knoxville uh, went in to try to do his driver's license, and he wore a priest get up, and everybody was just like, okay, really? Wow, okay. So it's kind of like, if anything, like some people are trying to personally get their names out there in the most bizarrish way that they can possibly do, but it just connects to everyone. And yeah, network nobody. Because if anything, this person is found wanted by everyone because of what intriguing things that he brings to the table. And yeah, at the end of the day, he can completely fabricate entire um like jail Photoshop thing or whatever. But at the end of the day, like he ends up going and saying, "Hey guys, yeah, you want to know how I did this picture? Like I used this product from here, I use this, and I da da da." And then all of a sudden, people are really intrigued by that. That becomes like the next like face app thing. That becomes the next like yeah, where everybody wanted to turn themselves into a younger or older age or whatever. Yeah, like this. Yeah, this kind of works. This kind of works. So yeah. Anyways, let's see what network nobody does. What percentage does it get? 30%. All right, 30%. Mel Bibson. This is just terrible. But at 30% quality, I am disappointed. We are all disappointed. The audience will be disappointed. This is the greatest like line of ways about going about this. Oh, I really enjoyed the comments, even though they're all disappointingly bad. I don't care. That's freaking hilarious. Oh, 628 fans. And I completed the extra thing. So I'm going to actually get out of here. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the intriguing nature of how I went about all this. So goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody.